again, BookTube. It's Brittany, and welcome back to my channel, Under the Radar Books. And today I just want to have a little discussion with you guys. I want to talk about different formats of books and what you guys prefer, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about what I read and why. So let's get started. First off, I'm going to talk about the main formats that I read in, and the first is libraries. And I visit my library probably a couple times a month. The main things that I check out from them are graphic novels. And this is because I read them so quickly and they're kind of pricey in my opinion, and so it's great to just be able to check them out from the library and get them for free and just read them really quickly and then be able to return them and get some more. I also check out very new books that I don't want to pay full price for to make sure that I'm going to like them, and then if I do love them, I usually buy my own copy because I like to have my own copy on my shelf. I also use the Overdrive app, which is ebooks and audiobooks. I don't tend to read ebooks very often anymore. There was a phase where it's all I read. I have a Nook and I just read on my Nook like for months at a time, didn't read actual books, but for some reason recently I just am really enjoying holding physical books and reading physical books. So I'm sure at some point I'll go back to my e-reader. I kind of fluctuate, and I have nothing against ebooks at all. I think that they're great, especially if they work for your lifestyle. I have two really small children, and so sometimes I think having a Nook is not the best idea around them because they try to play with it and they think it's a tablet, and I'm just worried about it getting broken. And I think also the reason why I'm so in love with holding real physical books is because before we moved into our house, we were living in an apartment, and then we were living with relatives, and so we never had enough space to have bookshelves, and so that's why I use the library so much, or my e-reader, because we didn't have space. And so now that we have a house and I have bookshelves, I love reading a physical copy and a copy that I own so that I can add it to my bookshelf. And I feel like people's bookshelves are an embodiment of who they are. It shows who they are as a person, and it's almost like looking at their interests and their personality, and I think that's so interesting. And so I love to put the things that I have read and I have loved, or things that I want to read, on my bookshelves to show what kind of person I am. I just recently have started checking out audiobooks from the Overdrive app through my library, and I have a hard time getting into audiobooks for some reason. I feel like I can't keep track of what's going on. Maybe it's just that I haven't tried the right ones. And so if you guys have any suggestions for audiobooks or what style to read, or if you guys really like them or don't like them, talk to me about them in the comments below, and maybe I can start listening to them more often or just figure out if it works for me or not. And I think that is so interesting. I think that's why I love bookshelf tours, which hopefully I will be able to do one at some point. I'm going to do it in sections, so I'm hoping to get to it soon. But the most common thing that I read is used books. I love getting used books, and there's something so magical about getting used books, I think, at least for me, is that I love having books that other people have read and loved and experienced, and I like to imagine who had it before me. And I love when you buy a book and there's a bookmark in there, or some sort of like ticket stub, or you know, the receipt or whatever, something that's been left behind by the person who had it before you. And I just think there's something so cool about that, and that's one of the main reasons why I like to get used books. I also am quite a thrifty person, so I like to save money wherever I can. Do you guys like used books? Do you like your books brand new? Do you guys go to used bookstores? Do you buy them online? Talk to me about how you feel about used books and if you like them. I also buy new books every once in a while. I usually use Book Depository to order my new books, and it's because they have a really wide variety of editions and paperback versus hardback. I try to get paperback as much as possible because they're just less expensive to purchase. Also lighter to hold, so your arms don't get tired from the big heavy hardbacks. I love the smell of new books, and I love going in new bookstores. I think it's great, but I'm just so cheap. Every time I go into a new bookstore, I just think like, oh, I could get this for so much cheaper on here, or, you know, let me check if my used bookstore has it in stock, or things like that. And so I usually tend to buy new books only if I can't find it used and I've been looking for a while, or if it's something I need to read like immediately and I don't want to wait for it to come out of the library and I don't want to wait for it to be used somewhere. I just want to buy the new copy. So there's definitely situations where I do buy new books, but definitely less than the library and less than used books. yeah, please leave comments down below. I really want to get talking about what formats of books you guys enjoy and if there's ones you want to try soon. So please comment and let's get chatting. So thank you so much for watching. Happy reading.